Watch and burn.
Hey everyone, so tonight I wanted to talk about my second favorite Flashbulb record that Ben Jordan has released on Sublight Records, and that is Flexing Habitual. This record is a lot more chaotic. This is more traditional, heavy on the snare manipulation, IDM, where you have more of a focus on like the drill and bass aspects of IDM. And it still has that very emotive flashbulb quality to each track, to each melody, to each rhythm, and each bass line. But this record is far more chaotic than anything else he has released, at least thus far, on Sublight Records. And this is going back again. I think this record came out back in 2007 or 2008. And this record is short, it's hard, it's focused, and it actually came completely out of left field as far as I was concerned, because I was sort of expecting the Flashbulb to remain with what he had started with Red Extensions of Me, even though I never really loved that record, and then when he continued on through Curly and Selections. And I'm actually not sure if this was the official third release on Sublight. I'm not 100% about that, actually. Yeah, suddenly I'm lost and I can't remember. But nonetheless, this is my favorite hard Flashbulb release. A number of years later, he would release a record called Hard Scrabble, which would sort of throw back to this record and this period. But I didn't love Hard Scrabble as much as I did with Flexing Habitual. I will have to give Hard Scrabble a really long listen soon, though, if I ever decide to actually discuss it here, because it has been a number of years since I've put that record on. So maybe my opinion has shifted considerably, because as everybody knows, that does happen. But this record, of course, for me, the standout track is the cover of Chick Habit, which has always been an awesome song. Tarantino used it brilliantly at the end of Death Proof, which, next to Jackie Brown, is pretty much my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. And I love how Ben Jordan manages to sort of twist up Chick Habit into this sort of giant sort of wall of digital, like snare-based drill and bass noise, but still maintains that incredibly catchy, the incredibly catchy melodies, of Chick Habit. So the song doesn't get lost in the processing in the attempt to make it sort of more digitally hardcore. The song still is 100% recognizable from anybody who might have grown up with that song from decades ago, right up to anybody who's hearing it for the first time on a record like this, or this record in particular. You could tell that this song is from another era, and Jordan's really good at that. His cover of California Dreamin' on Curly and Selections sort of did the same thing without the digital chaos. He did a really good job of covering that track. So naturally, when he was to tackle another song, and I'm glad he tackled Chick Habit, because I've always loved that song. I've loved that song since I was a kid. And he was able to make it his own and sort of twist it and sort of mutate it into this, 4 minutes of like digital madness without losing the sense of rhythm. It's still the song, you know? Other than that, Birthday Color, Please Don't Remember, the Lucid Bass 3, Amen a Rock is on here. Amen, specifically, I would say my favorite tracks are Chick Habit and Amen a Rock. Those two are my favorite songs on here. There's something about, they have like a real like cohesive quality. They seem to work off of each other, and considering that one follows the other, that's a good thing. They don't sound like each other, of course, but they're just able to play off each other incredibly well. But this place is getting louder and louder, so I am going to cut it off here. So thank you so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes while I discussed the Flashbulb's Flexing Habitual, released back on Sublight Records, I think back in 2008, I'm going to guess. If you liked this review, like always, don't forget to do something nice for someone. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button, because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.